Eli, there's so much I want to chat with you about. First, let's talk about the two teams still competing for a Super Bowl win, the Eagles and the Chiefs. What were your initial thoughts on this matchup?
I think it's two great teams. I think they've played. Both of them have been, really good all season. I think everybody expected the Chiefs to be Super Bowl contenders or have a chance to make it. The Eagles a little bit unknown, but started the season undefeated for a long time, and Jalen Hurts got injured. They lost a few, but they've been back in the mix. Their last two playoff games have been really solid, and they've looked really strong. So I think it's two of the best teams are meeting, and it should be a great game.
Obviously, one of the big factors that helped the Chiefs clinch a berth was the unnecessary roughness call on Joseph Osai late in the game, which really helped set up the game-winning kick for the Chiefs. We saw a devastated Osai after the game, clearly feeling, as though he lost the game for his team. But what would be your advice to him right now if you could talk to him?
Yeah, just embrace those guys, and know that, hey, one play doesn't make the difference, and that's an effort play. It's not a mental mistake. It's not not knowing your playbook or not knowing what's going on. It's just, hey, you're trying to make a play, and you went one step too far, and so unfortunate. You felt for him. You felt for him after the game, and so just a tough situation, but. Hey, but both teams played a really good game. Both competed, but just Mahomes, he's pretty special. And on a hurt ankle, is able to make some really clutch throws and clutch plays throughout the whole game.
So Mahomes added another chapter in his legacy, essentially beating the Bengals on one leg. As someone who won 2 Super Bowls, what would a second ring mean for Patrick's legacy?
Well, I think he's not thinking about his legacy. He's thinking about the Kansas City Chiefs and the organization, and all the hard work and dedication he's put in to try to go be at his best and get the team at their best so they win championships. That's what you're working towards. He's obviously had so much success, and it's been impressive to watch him. And I know he just wants to go out there and play his best. He'll have 2 weeks to heal up that ankle, and I expect him to go and play a really good game.
So let's talk about the other quarterback in the Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts. He actually participated in your Manning Passing Academy. So what do you remember most about him then, and also how much growth have you seen in his game so far?
Yes, had both these quarterbacks, Jalen and Patrick. So both of them, were at the camp, and Jalen's a tremendous player. He was great in college, and national championships, and everywhere he's been, he's just had success. And so proud of him and the way he's competed and grown up and made the progressed as a quarterback and player. And he has his team rolling on offense and playing really good football.
Now, of course, one of the fun parts of the Super Bowl is that we'll see the Kelce brothers face off. You yourself faced off with your brother Peyton 3 times during your career now. From Indiana, so got to throw in there Peyton won, 3 of them. But no, in all seriousness, could you tell us kind of what it's like playing against your brother and what this will be like for the Kelces doing it in the Super Bowl?
Well, I've tried to forget how the games went, and so I've kind of blocked that part out. But I do remember just being there on the sideline before a game, national anthems playing, and you look across, and for me, you see your big brother standing there, and just how special that is, how unique, and that's kind of the moment that I took away from it as being really cool. And so I know those brothers will share that moment right there, and it'll be special. And for the parents, they'll be obviously proud of their boys, being out there and what they've been able to accomplish on the football field. And since they both play on offense, the parents they'll root for the offense. 50-49, and a kicker misses that extra point at the end to lose. So you just kind of feel like, hey, our kids did all they could possibly do to help their team win.
So I know you and your family are pretty close, but what would it have been like for you and Peyton if you were in this situation?
Yeah, it would have been, we probably would have talked maybe early on, but you wouldn't say much. You wouldn't, you would not want to reveal anything, any possible secret, just so even on your schedule or where you're going to be, like you just don't want to get in the way. And I think it's just, it's hard. It's probably harder on the parents just because, how do you after the game, how can you be so excited and thrilled for one kid when the other one is going through a really tough time. And it's different in a regular season game because, hey, you lose a game, you always got next week, or you're still you're competing for the playoffs, and there's a lot that still happen going forward. In a Super Bowl, there is no next week. This is the game, and how it's the ultimate thrill, and I assume it's the ultimate this misery, just having losing a Super Bowl.
Now, speaking of Peyton, you two are the captains for this year's new look Pro Bowl. Why is this version of the Pro Bowl better than the past ones?
Well, I think obviously the Pro Bowl was turning into a game that wasn't real competitive, and it wasn't a great, it just wasn't turning into a great product. And so I think you had to spice it up, had to change it up, and there wasn't a whole lot of tackling going on anyway. So we just eliminated and made this game flag football. And what you want to see is the playmakers making plays. You want to see Justin Jefferson and Tyreek Hill and these guys being super athletic, making catches, seeing guys in space and making guys miss. I think pulling a flag, it's much different than tackling somebody, so they'll have to get used to that. So I think it's a little bit maybe advantage offense, which I'm okay with, and so I think it should be very entertaining. Hopefully a lot of scoring, a lot of action going on, and just fun to see some of these great athletes out there, playing flag football.
Hey, sports fans, if you want to see more conversations with athletes and stars, check out these videos right here and be sure to subscribe for more from USA Today Sports.